Hey man, welcome back to No Jumping News. It's your host, AD with my guy Poetik Flakko. Let's get right into these stories. First story. For years, far-right conspiracy theorist Alex Jones claimed that the 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting was a hoax. The children weren't killed, and the parents were crisis actors in an elaborate scheme to force gun control. On Wednesday, under oath, Alex Jones said how he now realized that it was irresponsible and believes that what happened in the deadliest school shooting in American history was 100% real. I unintentionally took part in things that did hurt these people's feelings, he said. He also acknowledged raising conspiracy claims about other mass tragedies, from the Oklahoma City and Boston Marathon bombings to mass shootings in Las Vegas and Parkland, Florida. And I'm sorry for that, he added. But an apology isn't enough to Neil Hilsland and Scarlett Lewis, whose son Jesse was killed at Sandy Hook. The parents took to witness stand Tuesday on the final day of the testimony in the 2-week defamation damages trial against Alex Jones and his media company, Free Speech Systems. They say Alex Jones and the media empire had controlled and used to spread his false assertions must be held accountable. The parents testified about a decade of trauma inflicted first by the murder of their son and what followed: gunshots fired at their home, online and telephone threats, and harassment on the streets by strangers, all fueled by Alex Jones and his conspiracy theories to his followers via his website, InfoWars. A forensic psychiatrist testified that the parents suffer from complex post-traumatic stress disorder inflicted by ongoing trauma. Courts in Texas and Connecticut have already found Jones liable for defamation for his portrayal of Sandy Hook massacre as a hoax involving actors aimed at increasing gun control. Now, Heston and Lewis are asking the jury in Austin for $150 million in compensation for defamation and intentional infliction of emotional distress. They will also ask the jury to address additional punitive damages. Alex Jones, man, this is
that nigga wildin'.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Cause just imagine you losing your child in a mass shooting, and you even have to hear somebody saying that that's fake.
Yeah.
Is out of pocket, man. That is like,
it's crazy.
I don't know why a lot of people, like, you have to do your due diligence, man, when you're sitting here talking about stuff like that. Something that's as sensitive as a child losing their life. Like,
of course. Nah, man, so for Alex Jones, man, now first off, he started off doing great work, right? With the New World Order and shit like that, exposing the elites. Started off doing great work. But the thing with that is, if you build your legacy on hot takes, you got to continue with your hot takes. So eventually you become a character of yourself. So with Alex Jones, after a while, he had to bring some heat. You feel me? And again, like, he's not even the originator of that thought process of, those were all actors and, et cetera, and it was fake. There are already some online conspiracy theories, right?
I've heard these before.
Yeah.
And other shootings.
Yeah, right. So he became the forefront of that and just ride that train until it stopped being profitable, because after a while, YouTube took him down. Every other platform said, nigga, you wildin', calm down. So once it started to hurt his pockets, he took it down. Listen, like, Alex Jones has been somebody who's been wildin' for years, bro. I've been seeing, right? So there was like a police officer like near the border, just carrying kids who were, like trying to, right? Just carrying kids. Alex Jones stopped that police officer, brought a mob of people and said he's trying to sneak people over the border, made that nigga life a living in hell when, it just wasn't true. Now for this particular case, I've never seen a case like this, right? Because they're not even fighting the fact that he's culpable, right? And they've already said, we are guilty. Now the whole case is about how much he should pay, meaning, I'm guilty, but I don't think I should pay $150 million. This case has been a freaking, bro, it's been chaotic. Let me break it down for you, right? If your lawyers turned over your cell phone workers by accident to the defense, and now the defense have every evidence whatsoever on you, how would you react?
What can you say?
Nigga, they ain't fired on the spot.
It's done.
Right? And like, that's what happened, right? So apparently, like, Alex Jones' lawyer was supposed to send over some files transfers, right? FTP transfers. And they accidentally send over a folder where it's all of Alex Jones's texts, medical records, and everything. And now, bro, they got everything on Alex Jones. And guess what? That led to them now saying, you lied last week here, last week there. So now
he's fucked.
Bro, not only is he having to deal with this $150 million, this nigga was out here called lying in court. Bro, the judge had to say, fam, we done caught you in 2 lies. You said you were bankrupt. That's not true. You never filed for no bankruptcy. What are you talking about, right? So, listen up, man. Alex Jones is cooked. He's stoned, man. At this point, bro, if I'm Alex Jones, bro, listen, man, go get that 9 to 5, bro. Leave this media shit alone, bro, because these niggas ain't playing with you no more, man.
Next story. Brittney Griner has been sentenced to 9 years in a Russian prison for bringing a marijuana pen into the country in February. The WNBA star was found guilty of drug smuggling by a judge who rejected her claim she accidentally bought the drugs in. Prosecutors had asked that she be jailed for 9.5 years, 6 months less than a maximum of 10 years in prison. Joe Biden immediately denounced the sentence and claimed she was wrongfully detained, despite her pleading guilty, and said it was an honest mistake and that the drugs must have ended up in her bag by accident. Immediately after the sentencing, Biden released a statement. Russia is wrongfully detaining Brittney. It's unacceptable, and I call on Russia to release her immediately so she can be with her wife, loved ones, friends, and teammates, Biden said. He also said that he would continue to work tirelessly to pursue every possible avenue to bring her and Paul Whelan, another American in prison in Russia, home. As previously reported, Brittney Griner, is 31, was arrested at the airport in Moscow in February and has been incarcerated ever since, despite failed attempts from the White House to negotiate her release. On Thursday, she sat in the defendant's cage inside the courtroom throughout the proceedings, relying on her interpreter to tell everything the judge said. Yeah, man, Brittney Griner, man, this is very, very sad. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it, but I do feel like if this was an NBA superstar, you know what I mean? If this was anybody else of sports, man, male, I think that they would have went and got that person out. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like they don't care about the WNBA. You know what I mean? Like, it's sad, man. Why?
You care about WNBA?
Do I care?
Yeah.
I don't watch it, but you know, it's still it's dope.
We'll
man.
care about that shit.
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
but I don't watch it, but it's dope for women.
Yeah, of
you know
course.
what I'm saying? To have their sports.
Women don't like it either.
Hey, it is what it is. But you know, come on, for a marijuana pen, almost getting a maximum 10 years. Like, no, Russia is trying to make a statement, and this should not happen at all.
Here, right? So when I hear Russia trying to make a statement, now how I judge that is, has the punishment been different for other people? It hasn't, right? It's been pretty consistent. So here's my whole thing. See, as American, we are arrogant, right? Because we believe that this is the land of the free. So we believe like our rules and policies are automatically supposed to be the way of law, no matter where we go, right? Because we believe that our, let's say, policymakers were just and fair in making policies, so we believe our policies are fair. However, we cannot impose our standards on other cultures. Like, for example, back home in my country, if somebody is coming and committing a home burglary, all that happens is, you know, ain't no police calling. If somebody sees a home being burglarized, they reach out the window and yell, thief, thief, rogue, rogue. And every adult male in that community is obligated to come outside, catch whoever is burglarizing the home, take him, tie him up, put a tire over him, and burn him alive.
I've seen that.
And that's legal.
And throw stones at him and stuff.
Yeah, and that's legal. Now, if you do that here, you're going to jail for a couple of decades. So, you know.
No, you're going to jail for life.
Right. So who are we to tell people in Liberia, yo, what y'all are doing is wrong? No, right? So when I hear people say, yo, Russia is wrong, listen, Russia got rules and regulations, and Russia have imposed this in the past. So I believe that 9 years is fair to Russian standards. I can't even fight that. Now, here's my thing, though. If we're saying, okay, they got their shit, let's bring her home. My thing is, hold up now, bro, wait. This obsession and romanticism, for celebrities to me is wrong. Fam, Mark Fogel has been in Russian jail right now, for damn near 40 months. He's serving a 14-year sentence of hard labor for having cannabis that his doctor prescribed to him. Where is the justice for Mark Fogel family? Are we gonna bring Mark Fogel home? Now, Paul Whelan has been there for a minute now. They are finally thinking about bringing him home because of Brittney Griner, right? There's another.
Griner.
Yeah, right, Griner, right? There's another chick currently there. Yo, she's an American citizen. She was there living with her Russian boyfriend. He was domestically abusing her. She defended herself. Now she's in prison as well. Are we thinking about bringing her home? So my thing is this. Before we even think about bringing Brittney Griner home, put her on the back shelf. I don't give a fuck. Put her on the back shelf and bring home folks who are already there, right? Again, how we decide who comes home first should not be on, who can shoot a basketball better. Is who was there longer and justly, So, Brittney Griner, hey, it's probably tough, I understand, bro, but right now, man, we got to deal with the average American first if we're bringing home Americans.
You spitting right now.
Yeah, man.
You on the money. YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and we will be back with more No Jumper News.
Peace.